Hi everyone, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Roxanne. I am a mother to 5 children. Today's video, I'm going to be mainly working in the main rooms of my home, but I did need to go ahead and take the old bedding off of one of my children's bed and get it started in the washer. It needed changed, and I was getting all the pillowcases and everything to give everything just a good wash. There's been a stomach bug going around the school, and I'm like trying to keep it away as best I can from our house. But I hope you get tons of cleaning motivation from the disaster that was my main living room and dining room and kitchen area. It's a long video full of motivation and inspiration and should be satisfying. Here in a moment, you're going to see what happened when I went to put stuff in the washing machine. Isn't this one of the worst feelings when you go to start a load and see you forgot a load in the washer? Time to restart it. Alright, regrettably that does happen sometimes, and I like to use this laundry sanitizer whenever it does happen because it goes ahead and gets any musty smells out, and then I was just starting the dryer to go ahead and fluff what was in there so I could fold it. And then I'm showing you the complete disaster that was the kitchen, dining room, and living room of my house, which is all one big room essentially. But it was just a gross mess, and some of my younger kids were there. My twins are still at home. They're not in school yet, and so they had some videos going. But I'm going to be cleaning all the surfaces and wiping everything down, and I try to get almost everything on camera that I can. All this stuff that you see piled up that I'm about to point to is all things that need to go to donate. Those blinds do not fit any of my windows. My aunt gave them to me, but regrettably they don't work. And so I'm going to get all that packed into my trunk. But first I had to unload the dishwasher, and my son had done it, but a few of the things he either didn't know where they went or he couldn't reach them. So I finished putting those away, and then I began to load the dishwasher and do the dreaded chore of dishes. It is probably my least favorite chore, but yet it seems to be my domino chore. If I can get the dishes done or the sink empty and the kitchen cleaned up, I always feel like I can tackle anything if I'm able to get my least favorite thing done first. Has anyone else been hit by the just sheer overwhelmness of the holidays is approaching and all the activities that are coming up, and the negative side of the holidays? I have some kids' birthdays and everything, and I just feel like I'm not going to be able to take a deep breath until January, and then I still have a couple more birthdays rolling around and then more holidays. So really, I feel like I don't get to take a deep breath until like April. How are you handling the stress of all the upcoming activities and everything for the holidays and that's coming up? I know I am not handling it all that well. I feel like I'm trying to find a good balance to help manage expectations versus reality versus what I can handle.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
We just recently put this sink in. It's actually one we've had for quite a while, but it just did not get put in, and I finally decided I'm just going to start doing this project, and then my husband went ahead and helped me finish it because plumbing is not my thing. I'm handicapped, I guess, when it comes to stuff like that, but he knows what he's doing, so he helps finish getting it put in. And we're loving it so far. It drains kind of slowly, but my husband has a way he says he can fix that. But this faucet that we also have had for a while, but finally got installed, has this special little spray bubble thing, and it is so good at blasting away stuff. I was amazed at how well it got all this stuck on food off, so I didn't have to like set it and let it soak forever. Um, and then I don't know why that hand towel was in the sink. I'm sure one of the kids helped me out by throwing it in there. But anyway, I'm going to get these dishes washed up in this drying rack too that I really enjoy as well for this giant sink of ours.
But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Here we go, turning all the wrongs into rights. Here we go, you can take me there tonight. Whoa, this life is all we know. Whoa, I can't stay.
Who else loves the feeling of a clean sink? And it's just so nice to come in and see whenever you do have a clean sink. But I know even in this video you'll notice in my after there's already some dishes in it because we're living here, so of course it is never empty for very long. And actually one of the cups I could not get the lid off of, and I'm going to have my husband help me get it off. So I set it right back in there because I couldn't even clean it. I could not get the lid off of it. But anyway, it is just wonderful having a clean sink, even if it only lasts for a few minutes.
But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
On a funny side note, this goldfish we have had for I guess 3 years now. My son got it at a fall festival doing just a little penny game or whatever, and he won it. And apparently it's one of the few that even survived a day. And he's now been alive for 3 years, and I cannot believe we've managed to keep it alive, because we at one point went through about 5 fish that just kept dying in like a month. And then we got this one reluctantly. I waited a week before I even bought it a container to put it in other than the solo cup it came in, because I just knew it was going to die, and it did not, and it still has not. I just can't believe he's still hanging around. Anyway, we've named him Klaus, which seems silly to me to name the fish, but I'm like, he's been around this long, he definitely deserves a name. I think after he was here for a year or so, I said, we've got to pick him a name for sure other than fish. But now I'm swapping the laundry, and of course I have laundry to fold. I always have laundry to fold. I'm not sure that I will ever have a cleaning day where I'm not doing laundry. I may not always film it, but I can promise you I am doing a load or two at least every day that I'm cleaning. And I try to do at least one load every day, even on days I'm going to work and cleaning for other people. I try to do a load at my house as well. Trash can. I love it. My mother-in-law got it for me. Now they have a white one, and I think I would actually rather it, but then again, it would probably show up just as much dirt and grime on it, but it would be brighter and fresh. And then I can put this one in the basement or something like that. I guess just being a large family, I feel like the 13-gallon trash cans would fill up so fast it just wasn't realistic for us. So these bigger ones that's like a 30-gallon, it's just perfect. And I'm not having to take out the garbage like 3 times a day is what I felt like when we had a smaller trash can. It just was ridiculous, and it would get so overpiled. And this one with the lid, it kind of helps keep the little ones out of it more. They're not as bad about it now, but used to, they would be really bad about it. And of course, my little girl loves cheese, so I was cutting up some cheese. She came in asking for it. Here, I'm going to trim up this mum that my cousin gave me at my father's memorial in Oklahoma. I thought it was so sweet. He wanted to give me a plant in dirt instead of just flowers that would die. And I'm trying my best to keep it alive. And I actually repotted it in better soil, like bought the expensive kind, and it's kind of sad now. So I don't know if I might be killing it or not, but I knew I needed to deadhead it, which is getting all the blooms that have kind of fallen off or they're dying or whatever, and cut those off so that it can keep going on the others. And that scent that I showed you, it smells so good. It's like crisp fall leaves or something, and it's the Airwick brand. I'm sure you can pause it to look at it closer and tell me if I'm wrong. But anyway, it smells so good. I've had it in the house plugged in now for probably about a week now. Anyway, and it smells really good. I've been enjoying it. And anyway, these are some cute little Halloween treats that I had made and brought to a party that we went to. My aunt and uncle always do a Halloween get together, and it's always so much fun. They do games and everything, and it is just a blast. Costume contest and all. And this is all the kids' costumes, but we still had a trunk or treat to go to. So I was keeping them all together and just moved them for the meantime, and then all their bags to get their candy in and everything. And then all this summer stuff, I'm going to have to box up all the Life Vests and all and put it in the garage until next summer. But I need to get a bigger tote to put them all in, because 5 kids and Life Vests and all, it takes up a lot of room. But it felt so good to get everything wiped down and clean. It just felt so refreshing, especially the next morning. I love whenever I get up and everything is just so nice and fresh and clean. And then here I'm going through some stuff that I had to sell or to donate and stuff like that. And I'm carrying out all the donate things and trying to sort through it all. It had just been piled up, and it was one of those things that I just had not made myself do. And before I knew it, it was like a mountain over there. And I was like, I have to go through this. It's driving me crazy. And it's such a mess. And clutter makes my brain feel cluttered as well. And it causes my anxiety to be worse. And I'm like, I have to take care of this. So that's what I'm doing. And then some of it was the kids' stuff to sell to Once Upon a Child and things like that. But as you can see from the before, there was not Fruit Loops everywhere. Well, then my twins had some Fruit Loops in a bowl. Well, they threw them everywhere. And I was like, well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm cleaning this room today. So you can see my daughter with the bowl. She's asking for more. And I was like, no, look at all these on the floor. And then she's eating a donut. I don't know, guys. It's just always so chaotic in my house. And then she fell, and she was needing to be held. And I ended up having to take a break at one point and just sit and hold her because she was just upset. So, and you can see there, she was like fussing and crying. She was fine. She just wants to be held. She's in that stage of just hold me and, show me all the attention in the world, But anyway, Duke's over there trying to comfort her and distract her and loving on her. And anyway, I just finally take a break and just love on her and give her that attention that she obviously needed. And I talked to him and all. But then after a little bit, she's like, okay, I'm fine, and runs off to play, of course. But I'm vacuuming off the dust and stuff from over here. There was also like drywall dust and where I had put up these shelves and drilled some holes and put the screws in and all, and it had all kind of fallen here, and I just needed to give it a good vacuum before I wiped it down so I wasn't just smearing all that around. And then apparently my kids had put powdered donuts all up here. I don't know what they had done, but anyway. And this is a dog kennel that I made for my dogs actually not long ago, and it's working really well for them. They seem to really enjoy it. They're fairly big. That's why it is so big. But anyway, they are shedding some, and then they bring in dust and everything, and I'm just showing, and I'm like, this is just from maybe a week of them being in it. Probably not even a week, actually, since I had vacuumed it and all. So, they're just dirty. I mean, they're dogs, you know. But anyway, so I'm just vacuuming it up, and then whenever I go to mop, I just kind of mop around in here too, and I even mop the walls. And I purposely made it with very thick coats of semi-gloss paint so that it would be easy to clean that way. I wanted something that I could help keep the dust and dog dander and stuff down because I am allergic. I do have allergies or whatever, but I still want the dogs. So I just try to do all I can to keep the mess down. And the dander down, I should say. Whenever I was going around, I noticed how dirty this rug was looking where we come in from the garage and everything. So I wanted to run my shampooer over it a little bit to help pull that out some after I vacuumed it. I did vacuum it before, but my battery died when I was doing the vacuuming on my phone, so I had to stop filming for a bit. But I did vacuum the entire floor before I mopped and everything. I just wasn't able to get it on film because my battery died. But I'm showing you the gross water just from that rug, and it was just so nasty. I was like, that is terrible. But, you know, it's what it is. It definitely needed it, but it's a lot better now. And then I'm filling up my mop bucket so I can go over the floor and showing y'all the mop heads that I love. Anyway, this almond scent mop stuff that I use, it smells so good and gives such a fresh scent in the air, but it's really light and not too strong. And I know it's the squirtin' mop, but I feel like it's perfectly fine to just do some hot water and pour a little bit into your mop bucket, and it works just as good. And you still get that fresh scent, and it still gets your floors really clean. So it's another way to make it stretch even longer. I don't know if it bothers any of y'all that I'm like walking over where I've mopped, but honestly, the twins were running around and things were, you know, gonna get on the floors again inevitably, and I wasn't gonna be able to let it dry perfectly. So I'm just like, you know, at least it's getting done, and it's gonna be a lot better than if I hadn't done it at all. So I'm happy with any results, even if there might be some little shoe marks on it or something. I'm perfectly fine with that. There's also going to be little footprints all over it too. And then this water is always so gross when I mop my floors, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. I felt like than it normally is. But I feel like the after of this was so much better, and I felt like I could take a deep breath and like sit and relax for a minute. And the goodie bags on the table are for my kids' Halloween thing in their class. So that's what all that is. I didn't film me bagging all that up. But anyway, I hope you liked this video, and please like and subscribe. And at the very end here, you're going to see me replacing our American flag with a new one. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you made it this far into the video. Let me know if you like the more chatty videos or more with music laid over. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.